We humans assume that we have a clear understanding of the world and presume that what we see is absolute reality. We even believe that others perceive reality is in the same way that we do, that this is an illusion that we must rid ourselves of, because no two people see and experience the world in the same way. In reality, what we see is our personal interpretation of reality shaped entirely by our own perspectives. This is crucial to understand, as recognizing it is a major step in understanding human nature. Let's consider this scenario. A young American boy is about to study in Paris for a year. He is shy and cautious, easily feeling depressed, and self-conscious. On the other hand, he is happy and excited about this opportunity, but when he arrives in France, he realizes that speaking their language is difficult, and he sometimes makes mistakes while talking. This, along with the mocking looks from the French, makes it harder for him to learn French fluently. Gradually, he feels that people there aren't friendly or welcoming, and the cloudy, rainy weather feels very unpleasant and depressing to him. Also, the food in Paris seems heavy, greasy, and unhealthy to him. Even Notre Dame Cathedral doesn't interest him so much because the area around it is crowded with tourists. Although he has some pleasant moments, overall, he feels lonely and dissatisfied, and concluding that Paris isn't as beautiful and exciting as he thought. Now, imagine this scenario again, but this time picture a young girl who is more outgoing and adventurous. She isn't afraid of making mistakes and doesn't get unnecessarily upset by the mockery of Parisians. She sees learning a new language as an exciting challenge. She broadens her social circle with her open-heartedness, which helps her feel less lonely in a foreign country. For her, the Parisian weather is poetic and inspiring. To her, Paris is a bustling city full of new experiences and adventures, and all of this together creates an extraordinary experience for her. In this example, two people have completely different views and judgments about the same city and country. The world around us is what it is, and events or things aren't inherently good or bad, right or wrong, and ugly or beautiful. It's we who give unique personal meaning to things based on our perspective, and it's we who, with our attitude, can lead others to react warmly or coldly. In reality, each of us sees the world through a different lens that influences our interpretations. Let's call this lens attitude. The great Swiss psychologist Carl Gustav Jung describes attitude as the psychological readiness to behave in a specific way. Attitude predisposes individuals toward something particular, even if they're unaware of it, as having a specific attitude is similar to judging based on assumptions. Jung explains this idea as follows. Imagine four people walking and reaching a river. They must cross this river to continue their journey. The first person, without a second thought, jumps over the river without considering that his foot might slip on a rock. He loves jumping, hopping, and the thrill of excitement, so he doesn't care about potential risks. The second person, like the first, loves excitement, but his thrill is different in nature. His excitement is more mental because he sees the river as a mental challenge or puzzle that requires finding the best, smartest solution. Finding the most effective way to cross the river is what gives him satisfaction and happiness. And the third person, who is cautious, spends more time thinking and analyzing the situation, as crossing the river brings him no pleasure. Even the sight of the river as an obstacle annoys him, yet he wants to continue, so he tries to cross it with utmost caution. The fourth person, who is extremely cautious and pessimistic, easily gives up on continuing his journey, saying, I've walked enough, it's time to turn back. In reality, no one pays attention to just the flow of water in the riverbed, because our mind is not just an observer. Instead, the mind interprets situations based on each person's attitude. This is why each person sees the river differently and makes a different decision on how to deal with it. Thank you for watching this video. And lastly, always remember that if you don't feel positively towards something, it's your attitude causing it.